We'll do it live. Yeah. So, I guess. I don't know. Well, I guess the cams. The cam's all good. So, bop. There we go. Get my gloves ready. Yeah, I can get them on my pocket. Alright, there we go. Alright. Numero uno and numero dos. Holy shit. Okay. Well, that came out of nowhere. Kimbo 3-on-1, what's good, man? No cap, what's good, man? Night. What's up, man? How you guys doing? Yo, 8 of you guys in here. Alright, so we got, of course, an episode reaction / review. And that being on Beyblade X episode 79. So, yeah. What's up, Maddie? How you doing? Got my drink. Alright, it's ginger beer. Ginger beer. I like, it's one of my favorite things now is ginger beer is freaking amazing. It's so good. Not to be confused with actual beer, you know. Non-alcoholic. I have been sober for a long time. So, yeah. Just chilling. Nice. Galaxy Pegasus is my favorite Beyblade. That's a good choice, man. Galaxy Pegasus. The solid attack type. Only on episode 8, but it's okay. I want the spoilers. Okay. Just making sure. I like giving that warning at the beginning. Like, you know, of course, spoiler alert. Just got Hell's Hammer, Hasbro. Nice. It's fun with its attack. Like, balance type, but like, you know, I mean, having Hexa with it. Make fun defense stamina combos for sure. I've been good. Went bay hunting in another town yesterday. Found the funny Buster Dran and the Green Wand Wizard. Nice. Honestly, it's a pretty cool thing that they did the recolor for Buster Dran. Like, it's an exclusive blade, like recolor for the blade, which definitely want Hasbro to do more and more of that. And like, I think they put the set 570 DB from Wizard Rod on it. So it's a cool way of getting those parts and everything. But yeah. Please tell me Bird is at least 1 win so far. Do you want me to tell you? Well, I mean, you're here. You say you don't mind spoilers. Well, yes and no. I'll leave it at that. I won't spoil everything. Yes and no. Everybody who's seen the episodes knows, but I'll leave it at that. Let's see. Well, I might as well tell you because you're gonna obviously hear things with Bird. Yes and no, because he got a win over Common Z, but also like didn't win the full out battle. So I like the way that they're building Bird, that ultimate underdog type of blader that they're building up. It's like the ultimate underdog protagonist. Like, we're seeing Bird get developed as a protagonist, as the underdog, more than anyone else in Beyblade history. That's even more than like Hikaru and Hyuga, who had to face off against the legends, you know, Iga or Iger, like with his build, like all, you know, they're definitely building him up more as the underdog, which I like that. It's making it where Bird's story is interesting throughout the entire duration, because every battle we see from him, it's like, oh my god, is he gonna win? And if you don't watch, like, don't look at the manga or anything, it's the big time surprise factor of like, is he gonna win this or not? But yeah, I don't personally look at the manga, so some people look at the manga and they're doing the show based off of the manga big time. I think they switch up a little bit of stuff, but that's natural with it. But yeah, you know. See him rock you ball fraud. Well, that aged well. He never showed up at WrestleMania. I feel like that was on purpose though, to piss people off. Like, people, John Cena wants this run to make people mad. He's like, I'm going to ruin wrestling. Like, no flashy entrance anymore. No running to the ring. He walks. He wears the title backwards, which is seen as like disrespect with things. He slows down the pace of his match to where like he does the heel tactics, like walking away or sitting on the outside and such. WrestleMania, they had Travis Scott come out instead of because they knew like Travis Scott would get all the big time heat and The Rock not showing up, so people are pissed about that. But that's by design, you know. He's a heel. He wants it to be where you don't like it. Everybody was expecting The Rock. What more heelish thing could it be like? We're not gonna have The Rock show up for this. He's involved with the story. There's no way they're gonna have him involved and have him like be a part of like a Cena Cody story. Rock's covering his ass right now. The story's not over. Cody's gonna come back. When Cody comes back, The Rock's gonna get involved. When The Rock gets involved, it's gonna lead Roman get involved. When Roman gets involved, I'm calling it now. Rock Roman WrestleMania 42, and that's The Rock's last match. That's that generational match like Rock, Hogan, Cena, Rock, that type of thing. You know what I mean? Like that's a Roman Rock. That's the match. That's the match everybody's wanted to see. So it makes sense for him to do it in New Orleans and The Rock be done with wrestling after that, and then just go on TKO board after that, or become a manager for someone else. Like, for example, a certain Jacob Fatu, or someone else. You know what I mean? But yeah. So that being said, let's get into this. Episode 79, I'm hyped. Yeah. Not to mention WWE is full of detective clues. Would Cody Rhodes make Cena face again? Probably after. I see Cena losing the title to Cody. It makes full sense. Giving him the full, putting him over completely as the new generation face, like face of the company. Cena can do that. It makes sense for him to lose the title to Cody. But yeah, gonna be checking garage sales for some stuff. Nice. You never know if you can find bays or something. Rhodes versus Rock at Hell in a Cell for revenge. I don't think it'll happen at Hell in a Cell. I see Cody winning the title back before the end of the year when Cena retires, and then the Royal Rumble, Cody versus The Rock. But then Roman gets involved, stops The Rock from winning the belt, and then we get Rock and Roman at WrestleMania because it's gonna be the whole theme of taking down The Rock's regime and such. I think Road needs to make the blood's not necessarily a thing. Like the story will pan out. You know what I mean? For payback, Cody will get his payback against The Rock. Whether that's hitting him with a crossroads or something, the match of the Rumble would be that. It doesn't even need to involve blood, but you never know. You know what I mean? But we'll see how the story goes. For now, it's just speculation. We got to see how things pan out. Right now, I think it's gonna be not Cody. It's gonna be Cena versus R-Truth. Because I think Saturday night's main event is the next event, and it's in like 2 weeks. So it'll make sense. He put him through a table at the Backlash press conference, and it'll make sense. Cena versus R-Truth. It'll be the funniest thing if R-Truth won it and actually got his world title. But yeah, I see that. Surprisingly, bought a Wii a few days ago just for the heck of it. Gonna maybe mod it and put some games on it. Nice. The Wii's fun, man. I mean, Wii Sports Resorts. They were two of my favorite games. I played what game did I play? There's another game I played on the Wii. I can't remember off the top of my head, but especially Wii Sports Resort. Those are my two. But without further ado, I'm just taking a sip of that ginger beer. Let's get into it. Cody and Rock would be together. Cody would never forgive Rock. I mean, Rock had that whole storyline where he's like, my brother, and then he's like, I want your soul. Rock's playing mind games, being the final boss. But yeah, Wii Sports Resort is a classic. For real, it is. And what's up, No Not You? How's it going? All right, so we got to get into this episode. I'll answer the rest of you guys' questions and stuff afterwards, of course. But gonna give my thoughts on the episode and all that good stuff. All right. Beyblade news. The star battle is fiercely underway. Which team will be the first to gather 100 white stars and get to face Team Zodiac at the summit? The current standings now show Team Yggdrasil in first place, and Team Zuganic is also doing great as they've overtaken Team Misleaders, rising to second place. Toguro Okanaga and Chopin have excellently customized their base now, allowing them to charge for the top. So they took this chance to customize their base too. Yggdrasil and Zuganic both took a bold step forward. Nice. I wonder if we can get a battle with them. We've only got 9 white stars so far. The gap's gotten pretty wide. What kind of team is Misleaders, the one in third place. Wait, I gotta see their logos, man. And it's the teams from both towers. That's the thing. Like, it's both sides of the X with this. Let's see. Misleaders. Ooh, it's like a mask. It's got to be that person with the bug mask being Misleaders. The time oh, it's a dream team consisting of prime players from Solidus Tower, or so they profess to be. Oh yeah, they sound strong. I'm sure there are plenty who will use whatever means possible to defeat Omega. Oh, we've just gotten some top secret info. We can't divulge the details just yet, but a new powerhouse team on par with the Misleaders' prowess is joining the event. A powerhouse? Wow, wonder who it is. All right, all you Beyblade fans, please keep an eye out for the announcement. The new theme is so good, dude. I want to listen to it every time, but I'm like, but I'm just like, gotta save time. It's about to get, like, when they show off Omega, like, she's gonna snap, I think, even worse than, like, Chrome did. And we saw how things were with him. Like, oh my god. The King and the Queen. Powers team, I'm guessing, is the Dream Team. Oh, it's the dude with the bug mask. Is the owner of Scorpio Sting? Extreme Dash. Toxic Thrust. Yup, he's Scorpio Spear's owner. Damn. Scorpio Spear with an extreme finish. Dokuga Fushoku, what? Dokuga, I think is his name. I win! Dokuga, and yo, all the fans of his having masks. You're Bays in pieces now, huh? My sympathies. No, don't have mercy on my Bay. Don't tell me he's gonna pull a. Is he gonna pull a Ishiyama? My. It's nice to see the youngsters having lively battles. They do seem to be making a hey. Quinn sitting and talking with an old man with a big old beard. He's got a bay. He's got to have a bay for sure. Like Quinn, it's Quinn well. Maybe he's a blader that's been blading for a very long time, like how she has. He's got to have a bay. If you know, don't tell me. I don't want spoilers, but I suppose that's just fine. You won't be joining? What a stupid question. Turned off the TV. They dressed it all pretty by calling it the Star Battle, but it's just a facade for a variety show. Well, I suppose. Besides, what do I have to gain from beating Zodiac at this point? I'll just leave it to the young and ambitious who are starving for wins. And I know about it all. The Star Battle's underbelly. What do you mean by underbelly? She knows what's going on. It's just an internal conflict. I'm not so blind that I'd fall for someone's plot and get dragged into the public spotlight. They showed off pictures. That's the story. That's the story for this, which I thought from the jump. Like the internal conflict with the Shiraboshi style is the big story here. This is like the Balin Temple. I mentioned it before. The Balin Temple, Balin Fist type of story on steroids. Because like Balin Temple, of course, you remember anybody who's a fan of Metal Fight Beyblade. You got Chao Shin, Mei Mei, the Cheyenne, Chiyun, all of them. Wang Huzhong, Balin Temple. The Balin Fists basically were a group within the Balin Temple that uprose against them, trying to take over. It was like 10,000 years ago or something like that. and it was called the Warring Period of Beilin. They fought. The Beilin fist bladers who tried to take over lost. They went to the deepest parts of China, and then for 10,000 years they were like isolated. But then the star fragment during Metal Fury fell to Aguma Scythe Kronos. He was a member of the Beilin Fist. He ended up getting the star fragment and becoming even stronger than the original school of Beilin Temple. So you know that conflict within the school of differing ideals. Basically, what's going on with the Shiraboshi style school. So I think Omega and her group tried to like have their own way of doing things, and they tried to uprise against the whole school. But then they were seen as like vigilantes, and then they split off basically from the Shiraboshi style school. And um, so Tenka, who's with Bird and his friends right now, being sent in by the Shiraboshi style school to get the help of Common X and powerful bladers to take down Omega. Because that's how you know she's damn strong. They haven't shown the battle with it, but like, that's her mom. That's Tenka's mom. Omega is Tenka's mom. And she's so powerful that Tenka is even saying that she can't do it by herself. And we've seen how strong she is. Tenka's up there. One of the strongest, excuse me, one of the strongest bladers that there is in this season thus far. And we still got a bunch of big time battles to see, of course. As the star battle goes along, we'll see like these powerful teams facing off against each other. That's going to be the plot for the end of this, you know. But they're introducing a Scorpio Spear like Dakuza. Yeah, I think that's his name. Or I don't know, I'll figure out his name after like a few times. You guys can put it in the comments. I'll remember after a couple times. But yeah. Mommy Omega gonna take over the X. She already has taken over the X. She literally has, and she's like the star battle. So I'm the strongest. I'm gonna prove it. And all y'all gotta face each other to even get a chance to face me. But yeah. So there's only two bladers I can see right now that can beat Omega. There's only two. But even with that, it's gonna be like, yeah, you know, it's gonna be a big time thing of just the build up for that. Let me see. Bayer later, I don't know who you think you is or how this works, but like it's a reaction review. If you don't like it, go to another video. Simple as that. But thanks for coming by. I give my thoughts with these, and I pause in the middle of it. So, you don't like it? Sorry. I gotta get my thoughts. Like, why sit and listen to me if you don't want to hear it? I'm just being real. So, yeah, you want to see the episode? Go look up the episode yourself. I just like giving my thoughts and stuff on it. Because I get hype and excited and like giving my thoughts, being a person that's reacted to the show for a long time and getting predictions on what's going to happen. So, yeah. But, without further ado, let's get into it. I can't say I know the circumstances that well. But that's a shame. The next day, will you please consider it? Please, will you please join me as Team Dreams in the star battle? Go home. I'm not interested. Wait, please. It's Pokken. What? You're being a pain. I've finally been released from B4 suspension. I have to enter matches and get in the spotlight now. Otherwise, Pokken channel subscriber count is going to fall below that nasty Multi-Nana Heroes account. And why should I care about that? I have to be #1 in the streaming world. You understand, don't you? Since you're #1 at Beyblade, there's no way I can miss out on a huge festival like the Star Battle. But I can't pack a good punch by myself, so she's the only one I can use. Hey, yes. You can't just be trying to persuade me, right? What about Rex? Ah, him. Being able to fight alongside Quinn is the best. Rex is awesome. Okay, Team Cretaceous will be pulling out of the Star Battle. I'm sure the team will be fine with it. I'll go talk to him. You lied and said I agreed to this? So, if you don't join, we'll never be able to apologize enough to Rex and his teammates. Goodness. So you'll join? First things first. You go and apologize to Rex for lying to him. Understood. Hey, what's up? I'm sorry, Rex. Miss Quinn said to apologize, so I'm apologizing now. Oh, but Dreams is definitely reuniting, so don't worry. Okay, cool. Not sure what's going on, but give my regards to Quinn. Jeez, Pokken. Will that suffice? Quinn's just like, really? Toguro. Grandma, is it true that you're joining the Star Battle? King, it's you? And you want to battle against Team Zuganic? We'll gladly await your challenge. Okay, hang up for me, Toguro. I told you, just slide here. Pokken. I requested the match for us. You're something else for planning it this far. Alright, I'll join your Star Battle. Great, thank you so much. You just gaslit her into that, man. I don't like Pokken. Piece of cake. Now I'll get back my 45 million subscribers. Actually, 50 million subs. Won't be a pipe dream anymore. Just so you know, I'm not doing this for you. Yes, ma'am. I don't feel bad for Rex and King. Yes, yes. Freaking Pokken. That's the wrong side of streaming right there. Or like Beyblading or anything, man. Don't do something for numbers or such and getting fame and all that. Do something because you enjoy it, you love it, and have a genuine connection with your audience, damn it. Pokken, like, I don't hate anybody or anything. Pokken's one of those characters that I want to sit and roast every single time. Like, for real. Like, this man. No. And he literally just gaslit Quinn getting into the battle, and she didn't want to even battle in the first place. And then he's like, "Oh, well, I had Rex join, and leave his team for the Star Battle, and also I got a hold of King, and set up a battle for us to do. So, so boy, boy, deceased, Let's see here. Can you backflip? I used to be able to backflip. Can you show us your bays? Not currently. I'm doing an episode reaction. You want to see them? But yeah. But good vibes with this stream, Baverlator. Good vibes. I got mods here. I'll just be real. These are about good vibes, and I read off. We have more details to reveal. Slash Tower's Dream Team, Team Dreams, is coming back together. And the participation in the Star Battle has been confirmed. Team Dreams? Heck yeah! From Team Conquest, Quinn Manju. From Team Cretaceous, Rex Jura. And from Team Pokken Channel, Pokken. All three Blader skills are guaranteed gold, and it seems their first match will be against Team Zuganic. Quinn's team and King's team, huh? Oh my, I'm conflicted on who to root for. Yo, I can't wait to see his bay. He's gotta have a bay. They're focusing on him so much. I'm getting shivers knowing that I can battle with you again, Quinn. I also posted a video of when I knelt down begging you to join the Star Battle, and the view count is insane. Don't edit your videos to make yourself look good like an emotional documentary. I've been hyped up waiting for this battle most of all. Because it'll be a revenge match for me against King Manju. It's perfect news content, all thanks to my matchmaking sense. Yeah, nice one, dude. They're here. And the wind blowing to her back. That's sick. Get ready, you guys. All our intense daily training in our pursuit of the peak of power will show all of Zuganic's efforts in full force in this battle. Yes, sir. Yo, let's go. His boots are dope. Alright, here we go. Now activating the portable 4X system. Okay, this is the hottest battle to see today. Team Dreams versus Team Zuganic. Even though this venue team... Wait, what? Let's see. Even though this venue, Team Unite and Conqueror's Gym, was only announced right before the match, this place is already packed. Public reach out went smoothly. Team Zuganic is in hot pursuit of the first place with a hefty 30 white stars under their belt. And they'll face Team Dreams, who are starting fresh with 3 stars. We don't mind betting 1 star per battle, especially since you're new to this event. What a good grandson, but we'll be taking those stars in droves. I'll be going first. If I go, King Manju will definitely come fight me, right? Pam's going first. What? She's not king. This isn't what you said. You went off and misunderstood me, freaking Pokken. What? Just shut up and go win, please. I want to roast this man. Rex versus Pam, both are strong competitors from Slash Tower, but this will actually be their first battle. Let's do this. Unpredictability is my vibe, I guess. Yo, her launch strength is going to be out the charts. Ready, set, 3, 2, 1, go, shoot. She's literally the Klaus of this season. The attack combo. Take a bite out of him. Tyranno Beat. Let's go in with a bang. There goes Tyranno Beat with its unpredictable bounces. In opposition, we have Rhino Horn equipped with Dram Buster's Excel Bit, giving it more power. What a huge clash between 2 attack types. Strike him, yo! Rhino Horn! Rhino! Stop! What's he planning? Go crazy, my guy! The jumps. Hunt them down! Tyranno Beat! Let's see it, man. Such a freaking cool animation. Extreme Dash! Jurassic Punisher! Throw it right back at him! Rhino Horn! Ooh. Damn! Rhino Horn got yeeted. Tyranno Beat with an over finish. Rex Jura wins. I got the last chomp. Those moves are way too random. What a battle. Powerhouses are something else. We got a battle worth seeing right off the bat. It's alright, Pan. I'll get back the star. You got this. Pokken channel is online. I'm trying out live streaming for my revival match. Might be a few surprises today, too. If you resubscribe now, you'll be able to watch all my member-only videos that were uploaded while you were unsubscribed. Please like and subscribe again. I'd like to start already. Whoops, sorry about that. Alright, let's get started then with my Pokken tail. Mirror match again. So you copied my Viper tail. Pokken makes his return after so long, and he brings a copied customized Bay to hit the ground running. Second set. He's even copying his launch form. This is why you really can't underestimate him. Ready and set. 3, 2, 1. Go, shoot! And the duplicate bays clash. Pokken's skill hasn't decayed. His copies are terrifyingly accurate. That's because I analyzed the official videos and looked into the data. Proper compliance is important to the public after all. Yes, that's it. The more impressed they are with my talents, the higher my sub count climbs. Serpent's a bite. Togoro's like, nah, bro. Viper tail with a burst finish. Toguro Okinaga wins. You can copy my bay and my launch as much as you want, but if you don't have the drive behind it, you can copy me on the surface, but you still won't beat me. There you go. Wait, don't cancel your subs. You did it. You've grown stronger, Toguro. He literally pulled a freaking. It reminds me of Tetsuya, Mr. Krabby Crab himself during the during Metal Fusion. Literally reminds me so much of him because he's sitting there talking and then in the middle of the battle it's over. That was like him during Battle Bladers. I'm gonna show my prowess as the king then. The high five. At 1 win and 1 loss, the score is even between Dreams and Zuganic. Their star count also remains static. And here's what we all been waiting for. Finally, the battle between Manju clan members. Is that nervousness I sense? It's excitement. For the first time in my pro career, I get to battle you seriously, Grandma. Quinn versus King. A battle between family. Nice! Awesome! The living legend versus her grandson, the king of beasts. It's hard to believe this match is real. I'm glad I've lived to be a fan this long. Mr. President, you are much too obsessed with Quinn Manju. Big brother! Grandma! Do your best! I can't help but be nervous for them. No matter who wins, it's a happy outcome. I think the battle will be very close. Paper thin. Okay, so before getting into it, dude, when Tenka said that, like a battle between family, she seemed discouraged because her and Omega, just a little attention to details and things with that, like seeing the, like the angst and everything with that situation. She's probably thinking about even battling Omega at that point. That's how terrifyingly powerful Omega. That's insane. But little details like that. But she normally has like big time confidence. Not often you see Tenka like that. Before we start, I have a question. What is it? You once told me you will lose one day, without a doubt. Were you able to see my future sense all the way back then? I just speak from experience. I can't actually see the future. But no one gets stronger without losing. The strongest are those who lose more than anyone else. Those are life words, man. The strongest are those who lose more than anyone else. You gotta go through hell, pick yourself back up, grit your teeth, keep on moving. That's how you get stronger. Those who become strong lose more than anyone else. That's some life shit. Like Quinn, elder experience, man, with that. But like actually using elder experience, because some people will be like, oh, age, being older, having experience and everything with that, but nah, she has that true wisdom, like going through life and like learning the lessons and everything, and being like, I can't see the future, it's just about the experiences of everything. No one gets stronger without losing. The strongest are those who lose more than anyone else. I simply wanted to teach that to my cute little grandson. Though there are exceptions, and it's X. Yes, that's right. I have something called a bag of wisdom. I can see through anything. However, today I won't be using my head, but my gut and intuition in this battle. All right then. You have clashed with my Leon Claw countless times since I was young, but I will show you how I've matured and how we battle now. Interesting. I'll take on your challenge with Shinobi Shadow. Third set. Can King do it? Ready and set. 3, 2, 1. Go shoot! The battle between Manjus begins. Okay, before getting into this, Quinn's only lost to protagonists. 9,999 wins, 9 losses. Well, I think now 10,000 wins, but Vault, Iga, Drum, Hikaru, Hyuga, Bell, you know, um, Tyson, Jingo, and Chrome. But now it's 10 because Common X, or X. She's only lost to protagonists. 11 because Tenka beat her. Tenka, I see, is the protagonist of the Shiraboshi school. She's the protagonist. The antagonist of that is definitely Omega, who's going to be the full-fledged antagonist for this. But this is going to be the question. Can King be considered a protagonist? Anybody who wins against Quinn, I'm calling a protagonist, being real, because she only lost to protagonists. She is only lost to protagonists, unless she faces like an antagonist or something, you know what I mean? That'll be, of course, an exception, but she's only lost to protagonists. If King wins here, he could be a protagonist in his own way. How? Protagonist of the Manju family, because it's a whole entire family. You're seeing all the Bladers and stuff, even Quinn being a part of it. He wins against Quinn, that's how he can be a protagonist. But we got to see if he can win against Quinn. Shinobi Shadow starts off by taking the center. In contrast, Leon Claw moves in an offensive pattern. That flower pattern, I love it, dude. Shinobi Shadow can deflect and redirect any and all strong attacks. Attack without a plan, and you'll only waste your energy. Whoa, the deflected Leon Claw is leaning even further, just barely stopping from falling over. Oh, so you lowered its stance not to improve, but to... Oh, shit. Okay, let's see. So you lowered its stance not only to improve stability, but also to aim and attack at Shinobi Shadow's only weakness. It's ratchet. As expected of you, Grandma. But just because you dodged it once, I won't fall back. The King of Beasts does not solely use strength to catch prey. We aim for the prey's vitals and take it down in one bite. Quinn Manju, my clan's magnificent queen. Grandma, these fangs were sharpened to defeat you. Know your opponent and fight accordingly. Just as I taught you then. Team Zuganic has transformed into a hyper attack team. Not bad. Not bad at all. But let's put you to the test. I wonder if those fangs can even touch me. No need to wonder. Crunch down, Leon Claw. Extreme dash. King of Beasts. Shinobi Shadow. Oh. There's all the ninjas. A shadow cannot be tread upon. Yo! The art animation, that was sick. Oh no, Shinobi Shadow couldn't completely dodge it. And the attack was so powerful, it's been knocked to the outside. Don't celebrate just yet. She's going to do an extreme dash. Take this. Shinobi Shadow. The counterattack. Extreme dash. New move. A shadow single slash. That's why it's got 180. She beat Leon Claw. Shinobi Shadow with an over finish. Quinn Manju wins. Damn. I couldn't reach her yet. If Leon Claw had rushed in just a bit faster, the outcome would have been unknown. You know, if it's not a battle in the tower, I don't count it towards my 9,999 wins. But there are exceptions. Excellent performance. I consider this a great battle worthy of being counted as Quinn Manju's 10,000th victory. So this was their 10,000th win. Grandma. Incredible! Queen Manju's commemorative 10,000th victory has been declared over her own grandson, King Manju. Well, I suppose this wasn't too bad, right? Let's keep this up and win more in the star battle. No, I'm only doing one more. I'm only doing one more. Is it going to be against him, the Grandpa Blader, or is she going to just depend on them and then face Omega at the end? She said one more. Who's the one that she wants to face? I wonder, is it him? Okay, okay. All right, so I'm going to watch the preview. 80's not subbed yet. I know it's out. It just dropped, but it's not subbed yet. I'm going to wait. Whoa, her 10,000th win. Wait a minute. What? Whoa, 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 whoa. What are those bays? Okay, it's still Mont Blanc. Is that Bear Scratch and Talentera? They actually put them in. They actually put them in the show. What? They gotta have, okay. Whoever their bladers are, well, no longer are they just. I like that. I like that. TT's giving Hasbro their props because, like, Hasbro putting out, of course, Savage Bear and then Talentera first. But Bear Scratch, and Terra Swing being in the show, that's so cool. But also, there's a Hasbro Bay that was in the show, that being, they didn't put in, like, Shinobi Knife, they put in Knife Shinobi. Hasbro's Knife Shinobi. Shinobi Knife being exclusive to the video game, which I do want to get the video game and play through it. I'm thinking about it. The reason I haven't gotten the video game, I'm sure people wondered, like, Kimbo, the Beyblade X Zone game's been out for a while. Why haven't you gotten it? I've been debating getting the TT version or the actual one, but the TT version, the Japanese version, is only in Japanese. It comes with a Bay. Whereas you can get the game in English, but you got to get it online. And of course, I want to understand everything with it. So it makes sense doing that as a universal release. So they don't have to, like, oh, put it out now and then put out another version of it or something. I'll just try to find the Bay Shinobi Knife by itself, the blue one, and I'll get the game when I can, and I'll do an LP on it. Yeah. So I just, like, thought of that for some time, but once I can, I'll get the game. But I definitely want to get that Shinobi Knife to battle with it, you know. Orange Cream Coke just came out. Oh, really? They got a new Coca-Cola? I don't really drink soda or anything like that anymore. Like, I like ginger beers, and even with those, like, I watch the sugar. I don't drink as much soda as, like, I used to. That's for sure. It's mainly like Sprite or, like, ginger beers or sometimes root beer. Um, that's about it. I mean, I stick with, like, water and juice and, like, Gatorade and stuff like that. The new Mountain Dew flavor, though. There's a new Mountain Dew flavor. You're gonna try the new flavor. Wish me luck. Hey, good luck, man. Hopefully it's good. Like, it'll probably, what do you say? Orange cream Coke. Yeah, it'll probably taste like a creamsicle, something like that. Um, let's see the rest of this. Yeah, that's definitely Terrace. That's Terrace Swing and Bear Scratch. Your 10,000th win? Amazing. Quinn, congratulations. King was awesome too. I'm going to do it. I'm going to ask for a match. Hey, there are moves happening here too. Next episode on Beyblade X. The slowest. Everybody's so assertive. Us too. Yo, that animation for it. Wait a minute. Are those? Is it the
Hmm.
freaking? Okay, they have gear like Cadavar or Warden. Yeah, they're attacking at the same time. Yeah, it's Terra Swing 770B. Bear Scratch 560. Yeah, their marketing's so smart because now that they're in the show, people are gonna, if they don't have the stadium sets or things like that, they're gonna want to get the sets to get the thing. Yo, yeah, who the heck are they? They're literally dressed like Cadavar or Warden. The animation for Bear Scratch looks sick, dude. I love that they're getting their own like love. And Terra Swing's design, yo, that's sick. Okay, that's dope. All right, so time to chat about it. I got some cleaning to do. Been doing some like cleaning and stuff. I got some clothes. I got my clothes back from the family home, so just been like cleansing them, saging them, washing them, all that good stuff, and also like the collection. So I gotta sort through different things. I'll be making videos upcoming about like a few lots that I'm gonna be um, selling and such for both Beyblade and Bakugan. It's stuff that like I have finished the story with. You know what I mean? I want to give back to you guys, of course, but I want to make sure it's going to good homes and all that good stuff. It's not everything. I'm not quitting. Don't worry. Um, just extra stuff that I finished the story with. You know what I mean? That's just been collecting dust. I want to make sure it goes to good homes and everything. But yeah, videos will be coming on that. Stay tuned. I'm gonna be doing them as lots. I won't do like, oh hey, a personal thing. You know, I'll be doing it as like selling them as lots and everything. Just being real with you guys. You know, but yeah, and hopefully getting like funds up. And I do have stuff set on the side as well for giveaways that I've had for a while. So just sorting through everything, spring cleaning. You know, but yeah. So if you guys got any questions, feel free to ask. It's like a mango flavored Mountain Dew, only at Little Caesars. It's only at Little Caesars. Damn. Well, I mean, they got exclusive drinks, so that's pretty cool. I mean, at Little Caesars in a bit. Like those $5 pizzas, yo, those pizzas slap. They're good. Let's see here. I'm gonna go back and see the comments. Barely. Okay, I see. Yeah. Thanks, Knight. No bad vibes up in here. Let's see here. And also no crazy spamming. But Falcon getting like karma for real. Waiting for Queen versus King versus Quinn since their manga debut, so finally getting it is really cool. Oh yeah, for sure. So King's still a powerful blader, but it shows how strong Quinn is. Quinn is still up there. Like only protagonist has beaten Quinn. Technically, out of all these bladers in this generation, there's two: Tenka and Common X. But Quinn at this stage, I mean, if you put Team Zodiac, oh, it's so tough to rank everybody because we got to see the dust settling with all the battles. Because you know, Pendragon versus Persona's gonna happen again, like the rematch with that. Um, to see which of them's stronger. Quinn's definitely up there because you know she's only lost a protagonist and has 10,000 wins. And like I said, I consider Tenka a protagonist. She's the protagonist of the Shiraboshi style school. Each member of Persona is a protagonist in their own way. Um, Common X is that unbeatable protagonist that's crazy strong, like the Jenga effect on steroids. Uh, Multi is the protagonist, Baycrafter. Bird is the underdog protagonist that's working his way up, and they're doing a long build with him. Like you talk about a long build, more like longer than anything we've seen in Beyblade history. So that's why Bird's story is unique because it's gonna be going for a long time. You already know. Um, Tenka is the protagonist of the Shiroboshi style school. You know, and yeah, it's interesting how they're doing the different types of protagonists with this. It's really really cool. But as it stands, with that, Quinn has only lost 2 protagonists. 11 losses, but they built up Tenka that much, and it's putting over Omega how strong Omega is because Tenka's freaking powerful. Like Common X is the only one out of Persona that's been able to beat her. And you talk about in general, that's the only person she's lost to. Like honestly, probably besides like Omega. Omega and Tenka probably had a battle before, but we just haven't seen it yet. You know, but yeah, they probably had a battle at some point. Or maybe she made Samurai Saber sense, but Omega's keeping a close eye on Tenka. But they're building towards that. It's gonna be one of the big time ones. I love Shinobi Shadow's theme. Yeah, it's a really cool theme for sure. Quinn is probably my favorite character in X so far, so her winning here was satisfying as hell. Oh yeah, for sure. Like they built her up as a beast. I sneeze. One more. Goodness gracious. Um, Terror Swing is my favorite Hasbro original, so seeing it in the anime is also satisfying as hell. Oh yeah, man. Um, let's see. Okay, all caught up now. Tasted it and it's all right. It's decent. Yeah, happy Mother's Day to all the great mothers out there. You already know, man. Um, my thoughts on the Gale Wyvern 2 pack. It was decent. What Gale Wyvern and I forgot the other band that came with it. I mean, it's still a pretty good pack. I mean, the fact you can get Wyvern Gale, it's a random booster prize bay in a 2 pack, so much easier to get it. If I want to ask Punk and Roman after the betrayal, what do you want to do now? Oh, what would you ask them? Uh, Roman's gonna come back and get payback on Seth and Braun. Like that's the whole big time story with this. They're gonna get through them. I have a feeling. I'm predicting it right now. The Rock's got a whole entire thing going. So imagine if The Rock not only has Cena in his pocket, but it's like a new NWO type thing. Rock, Cena, but this group also has Rollins. It has Breaker because Paul connected with the bloodline, but then he goes under The Rock. And that would tie all these stories together and Roman going after The Rock and everything with that and saving wrestling and such. Seth said doing what's best for business. Cena said the same thing. Best for business. This is like some Authority 2.0 NWO type shit. And imagine if it turns out to be like The Rock is behind like the whole faction with like Seth and Braun, while like he's got acknowledgement from the final boss, and they're all a part of it. And either Cena's a part of it too, or Cena sees this, and then he's like, "I'm not trying to be a part of it," and then that's how Cena turns back face. Because over time, it's like, no, I'm not trying to be a part of this, and then that makes it where he slowly transitions back into being a good character, and then everything with that. Because I don't see him retiring as a heel. Would Roman turn on Rock or Rock turn back on Roman? Because I see the eyes of Roman, of his untrust of the Rock. The Rock's gonna turn on Roman. Roman's the one that's having like the big time baby face type of hero role with it, but he's still got stuff he's got to work through. That includes like truly like appreciating his bloodline and everything. And the Rock's the final boss. It's gonna be like the tribal chief versus the final boss for who's the true head of the table. It'll make sense, you know. When could we start seeing the battle videos go out? In time. I've been busy like making art. Just had a big event yesterday for my girlfriend. Life's been going on, so I've been going through footage and like freeing up space and everything, but there's gonna be battles coming. I've got battles, of course, to do with Valkyrie, Pegasus, Perseus, Wizard Arc, Dran Brave, Xeno Excalibur, Dragoon Storm, all of them. Scorpio Spear. I got a lot of battles to do. So, just have patience. Rome wasn't built in a day. It's been like spring cleaning art type of stuff because I'm an adult and work and have other priorities I got to work on with stuff too. if I could do, like, of course, YouTubing and Beyblade full time, you know, I would, but I need you guys' support to do it. You know, I'm an adult, got bills to pay and everything, and naturally, with that, gotta balance my time with things. But more battles and stuff will be coming very soon. And I also just finished up a project with my gaming channel. Finished a playthrough of Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. It's a game I've been trying to play for a year, and finally did all that. And it helped inspire me with my art and my channel and everything. Because like Jet Set Radio Future is the game that got me into art. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk is the direct, basically, it pays homage to it. And you talk about the game that got me back into gaming, that got me into art and everything. This is the descendant of that game that I just played through on my gaming channel. So you talk about inspiring me with art, inspiring me with things on here, inspiring me with just full creativity, with like video, photography, editing, everything. You know, that game. So that's a huge step. But more videos will be coming, and I got a bunch of battles to do, and also I've got some soon to be team battles. At least a couple. I think there's at least a couple. But yeah, you'll be seeing them soon. Imagine Becky joins Seth's team. I can imagine it. She's a heel. It would make sense if she does, because like Becky and Seth being married and then both being heel. We need another Beyblade X Battles live stream some point. I gotta get caught up with a bunch of battles and stuff first. Like I said, time. Everything takes time. So you'll see. We got gear flat, gear point, gear ball, gear needle, and gear rush. What's next? Gear spike. Um, yeah, I can imagine gear spike, like the counters with it. That would make sense. Having like a gear spike. What's one that we haven't seen? I'm trying to think. Nah, I mean, yeah, at this stage, like Gear Spike would be the only one. Unless they do like Gear Elevate. Can you imagine that Gear Elevate? The gears go down further in the start. That would be interesting. Gear Elevate. It's the only other one I can really think of. Or Gear Unite, which I mean that would be close to Gear Point. Maybe they do Gear Unite. What about Gear Dot? That would be interesting. Gear Dot, like just gears going down. You have like the dots in the center, but then like the gear ridge goes down the outside. That would be an interesting one for sure. But yeah, let's see. Punk, Roman, and Cody team WWE versus Authority 2.0. Who knows? I can imagine it may be escalating to war games for sure. Like things are gonna get so out of hand with like that group and the group that Seth's got. I see it building to war games because we're seeing like a bloodline type build with this, you know, where more members are being added in, but also the bloodline because freaking what the hell's his name? The bloodline just got a new member. He debuted in Jacob Fatu's match. I'm just having a brain fart on his name, but yeah, Solo having him in his pocket, like, it's gonna be interesting, man. With the Shield gimmick return really soon, there's saying there's no such thing as a broken Shield. You gotta have Moxley in, and Moxley's in AEW for a while, so they're not gonna do like Shield stuff unless Mox decides to return. But yeah, but the clock's ticking because who knows? Like Roman probably has till 2028, and then he'll probably end up retiring. And same thing with Seth and all three of them. It would be amazing if we saw like them reunite one more time and Moxley come back before like they retire. But we got to see. This Jeff dude interfered and kind of pissed Jacob Fatu off, and Backlash Solo's gone really far. Jeff, I forgot his last name. But yeah, I think he was in New Japan. They like thinking about it because I'm pretty sure this man was in Japan. So that must mean they would have flown him over for like a day or two. And he must have had to, oh my God, he probably would have had to switch over on so many flights to get there to St. Louis and then them keep him under wraps. So he was probably wearing a hoodie and shit all day long, staying out of the light of anybody, so nobody knew he was there. So it was a surprise, and then showing up. But yeah, that's Solo's new henchman, if you will, because he can't control Jacob anymore. But they're all a part of the same side. But the I hate you Solo is gonna be coming for real. Let's see. If the war games is mixed together, the cages should be one at the left and one at the right. Um, it'll be one big cage, regardless. That's that. Oh, what do you mean? Mixed gender? Nah, they won't do like a mixed gender one. It'll be like a women's war games and a men's war games. That's just how they're gonna do it. Best way to blast Logan Paul. Let's see. Superstars promos, crypto scams. Yes, I still can't say. Somebody's gotta like. Imagine he gets into a program of Punk, like somebody like Punk or so, like they'll be the ones that the balls to really sit and say that. But that'll be incredible. That'll be an insane moment. Like they mentioned that, I'll be like, oh my god. Talk about like pipe bomb level. I remember that you got upset over you got another Infinite Achilles in the random booster, but the good news you could still put the shield on it. I'm not upset that I pulled another Achilles. Like that was, I was surprised and grateful that I did. Because it made it where I was able to get like a bonus, like sword and a shield. So yeah, Logan deserves that. I mean, everything he's done. I mean, you're not wrong. Crypto scams and stuff like that, but also it's like they see his potential and everything, and he's a natural heel. So it's like it's tough. They like the fact of pushing him over, like honestly, like stars like Cora Jade or Dakota Kai and like big time stars that had like a giant future. You know what I mean? I'm like, nah. It's because he's like a big time viral streamer and stuff like that. But it's like is Logan Paul like the Pokken of wrestling? I'm leaving on that note. Like, that's it. Hey. But still, let's see. How would Cena's career end in your concept? In my concept, Cena drops the undisputed title back to Cody. Cody's gonna be the one I think that would beat him for the title because that would solidify him as the new full-fledged face of this generation, dethroning Cena, winning the title back, and then he'll go into probably WrestleMania as champ. I see Cody versus like Randy. That being that's a definite WrestleMania match for sure. I see him dropping it sometime, maybe whether it's like SummerSlam to Survivor Series, sometime between then. And then he starts turning face again, and he gets back in the good graces of everybody. And before he retires, he wins the Intercontinental title. So he goes after the IC title, whether it's Dom or whoever else. He gets the IC title because then Cena's back as a face. He redeems himself with the crowd, redeems himself with a bunch of different wrestlers in the back, being like, okay, I sold my soul and lost it to get my 17th title, but then I realized I was emptier, honestly, than I was before even winning that title. And then he gets back in good graces with the fans. He gets in good graces with like the wrestlers and stuff. And then in his last part of the run, he goes for the Intercontinental title. He wins it. So he retires as a full-fledged Grand Slam champion. But then before he retires, his last match or one of them for the IC title, he puts over one more star. Which, I'm telling you, man, I would have it where Cena faces Karrion Kross. Kross is underrated as hell. I'm glad he put out this pipe bomb. I'm glad that it's getting that much attention. His merch sales are literally #1 for his shirt. I love it. Give that man a push because he's freaking good. Like the Final Testament as a group, I thought it was solid the way they were booked. If you can have a good group, but if you have bad booking, come on, man. The Final Testament suffered from bad booking. Like AOP and Kross, like monsters in NXT tag team titles. For tag team champs, dominant. Cross, same thing. NXT, dominant. They just didn't book them the right way. And I think they should have won against Lashley and the Profits, honestly, at last year's WrestleMania. Because Lashley left after that, but it's also like Cross's thing. Like, literally, like, misfortune on anyone who crosses his path. Literally. Bobby left, even after that. Like, that's. And the Profits struggled for a while after that, but now they're the tag champs. But they turned heel and got more ruthless after. Like, bro, Cross is long-term storytelling with him, man. Things switch big time for anybody who's crossed his path. Literally, the man's overdue for a title, whether it's IC or US. I'd love to see him go for a world title, but at least IC or US titles, and then build to like a world. He's a world championship contender for real, man. Imagine there's a point where like he gets sick of everything, he just breaks down and he shaves his head. If that happens, you better run, okay? If you haven't seen Karrion Kross, he came in during like, how people said that Drew carried during the pandemic, which he did, big time. He was one of the ones that did. At NXT, that was Cross. I'd say Cross, Finn Balor, of course, like obviously things Undisputed Era and such, but Cross, dude. For real. Look at that era of Cross before he came to the main roster and Vince effed it up. Look at that Cross. Look at that Karrion Kross. His promos and everything, his work. Yeah. Come on. Underrated. I hope he gets his push. That's how I book it. And he puts over like one more star and then Cena retires after that. Who's his last match exactly? I don't know. It'll make sense if it's like someone he has a long history with, or he puts over one last star with it. But yeah, his last match, I think it should be like on a pay-per-view at the end of the year. Whatever one's at the end of the year, pay-per-view, that'd be it. And maybe it's set in like Boston or something, because it would make sense. Boston, Westonbury, he goes down there, but then he retires in his hometown. That's how I book it. Triple H, I expect you to come on. Yeah. I mean, granted, like, yes, he has say of things, but it's also TKO on the board as well. I need to figure out a concept how to just. Oh, jeez. I mean, there's a history with like somebody's just he's got to go blow for blow with somebody on the mic that'll sit there and go on that level, man, for real. How would Rock turn on Roman before Roman interfere with the Rock versus Cody after the two? Okay. So how would Rock turn on Roman? You got the Seth Braun Breaker faction with Paul Heyman right now. Imagine the Rock's the one behind that, because then if he's the one behind that, Roman's going to have an issue with it. And then, Roman's got the issues with Seth, of course. Kind of, I guess, resolve things with Punk. Who the hell knows with that? Maybe for now, things resolved. But, yeah, they got the whole thing. They got to deal with Seth and Braun. And then if the Rock is the one behind it, then him getting involved with, like, the title picture, then Roman not liking that, being like, I'm the head of the table. You're not going to go for that title. I'm going for that title. And then that's going to lead for the conflict with Roman and The Rock. And then build towards The Rock and Roman WrestleMania next year. A full year in advance. You could definitely book that. Like, things are going to get wild going into SummerSlam period because Cody's going to come back, and then the whole thing with that. And then going to Survivor Series, things are going to be chaotic. And, it's basically going to be a ticking time bomb, like, race against the clock to save wrestling and get the title off Cena before he retires with the title. He said he's going to retire with the title. So, what's stopping him before that and everything, which I could see Cody being the one to do it. Maybe a bunch of people help him out, like how it was with WrestleMania before. But we gotta see, man. You don't like Karua? I mean, Karua as a character, I think is pretty cool how they brought her in. But yeah, and I've had her with things like even Garuda's gimmick that it switches mid battle with the heights is pretty sick. Priest and McIntyre feud continues. How would that go on? It ending with like a last man standing match or something like that. Like it's gonna be a big time match, like last man standing. I don't know if it'll be Hell in a Cell. It's a personal feud, but I could see it ending with like last man standing or something along those lines. I don't know if it's full fledged like Hell in a Cell, because that one, I think if there's going to be a Hell in a Cell match, that should be Roman and Seth. Like that's a personal one that is at the level where 10 years and everything, like how Punk and McIntyre got, Seth and Roman, it's at that level. For real. That's a Hell in a Cell match. But Priest and McIntyre I could see being last man standing and like something big time of stipulation ended, you know. You gotta go. All right, Hunter, thanks so much for coming by, man. Let's see, one day somebody's gonna make a crazy promo. Like, it's only a matter of time, man. Just gotta wait and see how things go. Especially if Logan's going for like world titles and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, you guys got any last questions, feel free to ask. And then I'll end this off. I gotta go and work out some stuff. I'm gonna obviously I'll be doing some battles, but focus right now is honestly spring cleaning because I got like a lot of my collection to sort through and bring it into the home and everything. I got a bunch of stuff to do. So, but patience, more videos will be coming, and if not any like big time full format battle videos, I'm at least gonna be making some shorts the next couple of days with montages, like knockout montages, because I enjoy doing those big time. But yeah, so stay tuned. A lot of battles planned though, because I got literally 2, 4, 6, Jesus, like 11 days to battle with. But like I said, some of them I might do battles with, all of them others not so much. It depends on how they perform, which the majority of them I guess I'm going to go through. The big case is like Dragoon Storm. I'm only doing like select battles with Dragoon Storm. I'm being real, you know. But yeah, so survival battle season, not quite survival battles. You'll see. Patience. I appreciate the excitement, but you know, you'll see. Be more blasted for superstar promos at a supermarket where they're in the aisle of Prime. That'd be funny if there's like a supermarket beatdown that, you know, like Triple H or WWE, they'd have to like pay that supermarket a big time amount. I think that would be crazy because the Stone Cold Booker T one, that's obviously always legendary. Like if they did a supermarket type of brawl like that again, that would be sick, dude. You talk about something that would get a lot of people talking. Yeah, you know, WWE's full of clues of what's gonna be happening. Yeah, that's how they always do it, is they put in like clues. What's up, Omega Zero? Mr. Shield so much. How is Seth and Roman settle in Hell in the Cell? Yeah, that they would in Hell in a Cell. Like, you know, that's a Triple H Shawn Michaels type of feud. Used to be the best of friends, once brothers, and then after all this time coming down to this, like that's the story with Seth and Roman. Big time. I mean, you talk about it. All the times where Seth has screwed over Roman. Like even the full timetable. 2014, the Shield breaks. 2015, Heist of the Century. 2016, Seth comes back and beats Roman in a one-on-one match clean for the title, beating him when it matters the most. And then of course the reunion after that. But I'm talking about the times where like Seth stuck it to Roman. Which you fast forward after that, after 2016, 2022, when they faced off at the Royal Rumble, and then Seth made Roman snap, and Roman won via DQ. Seth still won. Seth won, but it was via DQ. And then 2023, actually no, 2022 was that. Yeah. 2024, of course, last year, Seth costed Roman the title during the main event of WrestleMania. He lost undisputed title. The record-setting reign ended. That. And then this year, at the Royal Rumble, Seth caused Roman to get eliminated. Like, Punk dumped him over, but they were fighting each other and had his number with that. And then Seth stomped Roman twice. And then the latest chapter with this, WrestleMania, Seth took CM Punk's best friend, but he took Roman's wise man, hit him in the back with a chair again, and then pinned Roman again at WrestleMania in a triple threat on the grandest stage of them all, and ended up being the winner at the expense of Roman. And then the night after, Seth and Braun taking him out with the spears and everything. That's a Hell in a Cell worthy. Like Seth is stuck into Roman every time. So that's one that's yeah, that's a Hell in a Cell worthy one for real. Um, did I finish my reaction? I did. I did. My thoughts on Hell's Hammer with Point. Diverse, really fun and diverse because it'll give it some big time attack to circle around and get major hits in, but then also having some stamina with it because Point having decent stamina with it and balance. But yeah, fun for counterattacks and big time balance. Imagine Last Man Standing in Hell in a Cell, Seth versus Roman. Oh, it's well, I mean, Hell in a Cell is big time enough. It's basically Last Man Standing match. Um, yeah, Hell in a Cell. That's just pinfall or submission is gonna end it. So yeah. I know many don't agree with my opinion, but I still want Bird to quit Persona before the final episode. Nah, it wouldn't make sense if he did. Like, if anything, like him to quit to go out to get stronger and then come back and rejoin the team because Persona's not Persona without Bird. That's a given. You know what I mean? So, yeah. How would Rock and Roman do their promos at each other? Uh, the Rock going in trying to get a title match, and then Roman stopping that title match and stopping Rock from winning. And it'll just be promos of like, or it could be a promo of like how Seth did with Triple H. He shows up in NXT or different places, or he just shows up in general and he's like, I'm not leaving this ring until you come out here. And that type of build. And then it's gonna just the tension's gonna build and then Rock Roman. The story had better writing, it could work. The story's got good writing. I know everybody doesn't agree with that. I like the writing for this story. Bird is that long term protagonist. Bird is the definition of long term storytelling, and some people don't like long term storytelling. That's why some people aren't a fan of like this generation of wrestling with WWE. Um, some people like the story here and there, everything, all the details and such coming out in a short amount of time, which is fine. Some people like that type of storytelling, but some people like long term storytelling. I personally like a balance of each, but I'm more of a long term story type teller. You know, even shows with my skits. Like I started my MFB skits in 2014. They didn't finish for 3 years. It's even doing them consistently. 3 years it took me to do that story. To finish it. It was like 3.5 years that I put into the Metal Fight Beyblade Skittles, the first ones. And the story built and it showed. And then expanded on it even more with the Zero G ones. That went from 2018 to 2020. That was 2 years that I spent on those ones. So, you know, you talk about from 2014 to 2020, 6 years it took me to tell my own Metal Fight Beyblade skit series. And then now being with the burst skits, because the burst skits I started, what, 2020, I started them. And now it's 2025, which is pretty wild, don't you think? 5 years, but it's also like the long term storytelling. That's why the theme with it has been time. It's been time. And I'm getting back into them with this year, just getting through a lot of other projects and getting to the point where I can actually mentally just do so and move forward with it because it's like my diary with it. But you know, long term storytelling with that, and it's gonna pay off when it shows. Like the ideas I have for the skits, and I'm also going to sit and actually write things down. I'm going to sit and write down all this and go with it, but also a lot of it's go with the flow. Very loose transcript, but like going with the flow with a lot of the battles. That's why the skit seems so like authentic and everything. Like the battles are unpredictable because they were. That's the thing. I put the faith in the power of some of the bays, and the bays they showed over time, and it was perfect and it played out. So yeah, it even showed like my Beyblade knowledge and such, but also trusting the universe, just trusting it going with the flow, and just having things happen naturally, not writing down the actual script. Because if that would have happened, I would have lost my shit and gone insane making them, you know. But yeah. Um, Sorry for being late. It's my birthday, and I woke up to the stream being on for an hour and a half. Yo, R, happy birthday to R. If you haven't subbed to Legendary R, go do so. Man's a legend that's underrated as hell. Been around doing this for a very, very long time, like how I have, and he's still underrated. So go and show him some love on his channel and wish him a happy birthday. I want all y'all to go to R's channel and literally spam happy birthday. Go do it. Happy birthday or hashtag happy birthday. Um, Before that, Bird will get at least 2 official wins in tournaments. He's got to get an official win in tournament. But when it happens, it's going to be crazy, man. If Dean thinks about coming back to WWE, how would that work in your concept? I know it's not happening anytime, but how would that work? By that point, Roman and Seth would have like their tension and such, but like with all the battles in Hell in a Cell or stuff that's gonna go on with this year, um, that'll probably resolve a bit by that point. But then there'll still be that tension, and then him coming back in, they can do the whole story of like all three of them. That's a WrestleMania match for sure. Like if all three of them were here, that's like a Shield triple threat, especially if it's for a title. Battleground 2016. Fast forward a decade later, they face off again. But then like after that, there's some big time story that's gonna make it where they have to reunite one more time. The Shield comes back together, and then it's around the time where like they all retire and yeah, yeah, that'd be it. Or maybe they split up and then like, because I see it like when they go in the Hall of Fame, they're gonna be inducting each other for sure. Like they're all future Hall of Famers for real. The reason why I want Common and Chrome for finale to conclude him as the main face of the anime manga, so people finally understand the concept of all main characters of Persona. Yeah, that's fair. Because they're all different protagonists in their own way, like I mentioned before. I don't think X and Chrome should be the finale. I don't think that'll be the finale. I think it's gonna be one of the last battles, but not the finale, like how it was for the first season. One of the last battles, but not the last one. The last battle was Bird. The big focus is on like Bird's growth because he's a protagonist that they're building up with each season, and they're gonna continue to do that even with this season. So I think it would be ironic as hell if Bird is the one that stops Omega. Like Chrome can't stop her, X can't stop her, Tenka can't stop her, but then Bird finally believes in himself and he's like, I'm not allowing the blading world to go down this path, and he's the one that stops her. Like it's a dogfight, maybe his bait gets cracked and shit, but like him winning, and they'll put him over. But it's also the big story of him not having that many wins. But when he does, it's gonna be a huge. I gotta feel it's gonna be a very, very huge, important win. Like end of the season, big time fate of the blading world at stake type of win with Bird. He's a protagonist for sure. He's just getting the long term build that we haven't seen from anyone else. Some people don't like that, like I said, and that's fine. But I love the underdog story for real. Like my skits, if you've seen my skits, you know I'm all about the underdog story. But yeah, or just building up and just getting stronger and just the natural growth and everything. Um, let's see here. Season one it was Bird in the finale. We reverse it with Common. Um, let's see here. TikTok, yeah, TikTok, but not like the app TikTok, but like TikTok, like time clock. Let's see here. Subasa reuniting with Bird. Subasa should be like should have his own bay. You see. Thank you, Kimbo. I appreciate your support, and I'll keep supporting you in every way I can. I really appreciate it, man. For real. Already registered for high school back in his hometown, so he let Comax become a new leader. Cake. Cody needs to expose Rock even more, especially with the red one being a Christmas movie. Waste of example for promo. Cody's gonna come back and he's gonna raise hell for sure. Mike. It's the whole theme of like he was too nice with Cena. But he's not gonna turn heel, but he's gonna be like anti-hero. Cody being an anti-hero. Cody can be a heel, and he'll definitely probably have a heel run at some point. But for now, going from pure babyface to like badass babyface with like I don't give a shit mentality. You know what I mean? Like how Roman is right now, kind of, but in his own way, Cody doing his thing. We have a new main character replace her place in next season. I can see Tenka quitting Persona in the finale. We'll have to wait and see. At least for this season, she's right next to them. But then maybe she goes and makes her own team afterwards, or like, because I see her being that badass character that comes back, like a fan favorite that comes back with a new bay and everything, like how it is with Chrome. Like I see Chrome being that way, Tenka being that way. Yeah, Tenka does leave. Like they're definitely gonna have her come back in another season because we gotta see CX samurai for sure. May do something like changing members, but we still have Common X as the main leader. I mean, there's no like main leader even with the group. They're all equals. Just X is damn powerful. Seeing Bird go from losing all the time to winning will be amazing. I'm excited to see when he starts getting his wins because he's definitely working up to it, like with the curse from Ryu. Yeah, for sure. Definitely, definitely. Laugh so hard at Bird's first win will be against Chrome. I don't know if it'll be against Chrome. It would be wild if it was against Chrome. It'll be even more wild if it's against Omega. Um, yeah. But whenever it is, it's gonna be that jaw dropping holy moment. That's what they're building with. Bro, I'm dead. But anyways, guys, with that, I'm gonna end off this stream. Been going for a while, answer your guys' questions and stuff. But I got some stuff I gotta do. Like I've been, like literally, I worked straight from Monday until yesterday, and then had an event. So the boys been putting in that work. Hasn't been much on here, but in real life, been putting in that work. So just have patience with me with stuff. Um, yeah, So you'll be seeing battles and stuff come in time. I got a lot of battles to do. I got crossover project bays. I got a battle with. I got CX bays. I got a battle with a bunch of CX bays to battle. A lot to do. There's a lot of shit. So yeah, stay tuned. And then the TT's dropping even more stuff with the damn Fox brush random booster select. Like, bro. And Steel Samurai. Oh, the Samurai Steel. That's not out yet. We're not talking about that. Okay, we're not. There's enough to do already. But yeah, of course, interested in finding it, but it's also a tougher to get bay, so that might be a while. But anyways, guys, that's gonna do it. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to slice that like button down below. Let me know how I did. If you're new to my channel, definitely be sure to subscribe for some epic content because I upload daily. And if you haven't already, be sure to ring that bell by my channel name to be notified whenever I upload a video. And also, if you haven't, feel free to check out my gaming channel. I put out the last remaining parts of the game Bomber Cyberpunk on there. Like I said, if you know me, you know how much that game means to me. And just battling, like, just playing it and getting through it with a story and everything. You talk about inspiration for, like, my photography, my video, my art, everything. Like, just with life in general, with everything, man. Video games inspire. And playing through that and getting through it inspired me a lot. I've been making a lot of different artwork and tags. I show them off on my Instagram, which is, of course, Kimbo YT. If you're interested in checking out my artwork and stuff there, it's also where I've done the LP Bomber Cyberpunk. I edit the clips, put it on here, all that good stuff, which that takes time even in itself doing. But yeah, and a lot of space. But yeah, and also on TikTok, been doing shorts of like knockout montages of epic battles, and also putting them on here in shorts as well. Plenty of stuff to go back and watch. In the meantime, there's different formats and stuff, but the long-term format with battles will resume soon. Gotta free up some space and get ready for this because there's gonna be a lot of battles. It's gonna take up a lot of space and all that shit. But anyways, guys, until next time, it is your boy Kimbo signing off. See you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Until then, stay awesome and cool. Shoot. I'm up out of here.